Hi everyone, my name is Gray. I'm the dietitian and health coach at MLK Health Center and Pharmacy. 2020 is here. The New Year's is upon us. So for many of you, that means you're making resolutions, you're setting plans to eat a little healthier, start working out, get organized, whatever it may be. So I figured this would be a good time to talk about willpower, because I think that's a term that's just it's thrown around a lot, but there's some misconception about what that actually means. So I was hoping to hopefully clear that up and give you some clarity on that topic in this video. Before I dive in, I do want to give credit where credit is due. Most of what I talk about in this video is coming from this book, Small Move, Big Change by Caroline Arnold. I'm kind of a nerd and I like to know the why and the science behind various topics. So in this, she talks a lot about behavior change and kind of how the brain works in very simple terms, easy to understand, which I liked a lot. So if that's something that you're interested in, I would definitely recommend this book. So going back to willpower. For us to really understand willpower, we have to know some basic things about the brain. So the first take-home point is that the brain tries to be as efficient as possible. It tries to conserve energy whenever it can. So what that means is that a lot of us have an autopilot, sort of a low power mode, where our brain is conserving energy. So how that manifests is we may always tie our shoes the same way, or always brush our teeth the same way, or we always take the same route driving to work. That's just our brain trying to conserve energy. The second take-home point is that anytime we deviate from that autopilot or we do something that's mentally challenging, we're going to use willpower. That's simply how the brain works. The third take-home point is that willpower is limited. There's only so much of it in a day. So, when we run out, we run out. So we need to take that into account when we're making changes, taking on new resolutions. So as you've probably gathered by now, I am a fan of visuals. So I came up with a visual to kind of explain this point. So let's say that you always eat out. You're eating a lot of junk food, processed food, and you want to start cooking more to eat healthier and save some money. So you've got your goal, you set out. It's day one. You know you got to wake up earlier to cook breakfast, prep your lunch. So you get up 45 minutes earlier than normal. That's certainly going to take a lot of willpower to get that done. You actually have to cook your breakfast. You may try a new omelet recipe. You've also got to prep your lunch because you got to take that to work. You're on your way out the door and you realize your dog has chewed up the bag on your work bag. Okay, no problem. You find a new bag, sort that out, and use a little brain power there. So so you're on your way to work, drop your kids off, back to autopilot, you get to work, have your coffee, check in your email, and then your boss comes in and says, you know what, that project that you've been working on, you need to go back to the drawing board. You got to rework some stuff. Okay, well that's really going to require a good chunk of mental energy there, trying to think through this problem, sort it out. So by lunchtime, you're feeling maybe not super motivated, but stay the course, skip the fast food, eat the lunch that you packed. Your coworker brought donuts, as always. Makes you a little frustrated, but you resist. You resist that donut. So you go pick up your kids from school. You're taking them to piano practice, let's say, and there's traffic, there's construction. You've got to reroute. Well, that's going to require a little more mental energy. And now normally you'd have a little downtime right now, but your friend is out of town. They really need you to check on their house, feed their cats. You want to be a good friend, so you run over there, check on the cats, make sure everything is in order. Well, now it's dinner time and you are fresh out of willpower. So if you're not going to be able to make a healthy decision or throw together a healthy meal because you've literally exhausted all of your mental energy from all the other things that you've done that day. So at this point, you're saying, forget it, I'm going to order pizza. This usually triggers a bit of a downward spiral for a lot of folks where they start saying, oh my gosh, I'm a failure. Why do I even try? I can't do this. The point that I want to make with all this is that One, as I said before, willpower is limited. So you want to take this into account and really take a good look at the changes that you want to make and make sure that they're practical. And if you do think, it's going to require a lot of mental energy for me to do this, then let's shrink that down. Let's get something that's a little more manageable. And if you find that you're consistently running out of willpower day after day, then that's another clue that you maybe need to shrink that change or recognize that something else has got to give and you got to switch priorities a little bit. So I know this was a lot, but I hope this was helpful, give you a better understanding of how willpower works. Best of luck. Thanks for watching.